Welcome to Unruly 3, father of 3 unruly kids.
I'm not really.
So this first one is going to be African Mahogany. And there's Barry. He's a pretty good shop dog. He likes to hang out a lot more. He's half German Shepherd, half Siberian Husky. And he's pretty relaxed. He likes to just hang out. A couple times you'll see him coming and he'll just lay down by my feet while I'm turning. This first wand, I miss out on a lot of the recording. So this is going to be, all I'm really doing here is rounding it, but I had done a lot of things. I had put a shell in the end and I tried to do some epoxy, but the epoxy was so clouded you couldn't see it. So I ended up doing some different things and I never did get it all recorded. But this next one here, this is some spalted maple. You'll see this one almost all the way to completion here, and at the end I'll show you all the wands. So our dog Barry got his name. My daughter is a big fan of the Adventure Zone podcast. They play Dungeons and Dragons on there. And one of her favorite characters from the story is Barry Blue Jeans. And so our other dog, our Jack Russell Terrier, his name is Buster Brown. Our daughter named him when she was 5, so she's 17 now. So when we got this new one, Barry has one blue eye. So she thought, well, we'll give him Buster Brown, but they both started with B's. So Barry Blue Jeans, he got his full name, Barry Blue Jeans. So on his tag, it says Mr. Blue Jeans on it. And yeah, she thinks that's pretty funny whenever anybody asks what his name is. And we get a lot of comments about it, but he's a pretty good dog. You'll see he's just going to do a lot of hanging out with us. So this wand, the spalted maple, I really like turning the spalted maple. It's probably one of my favorites. So the movies with my daughter, I haven't had a chance to watch Uncle Buck, or Ghost was another one that was recommended. But she did watch the new Spider-Man movie that just came out, which got her interested in. She didn't even realize that there was other Spider-Man. It's like, so we did watch one of the other Spider-Man, and she does really like Tobey Maguire. She said he's super cute in a nerdy way. And so I think that we're going to try to, so that got me thinking, well, she really should watch the Batman with Heath Ledger. She's kind of old enough now, and it's so good that there's a lot of, that movie has a lot of pulls from it, like references from that movie that she should watch it just so she understands a lot of those references that are in other shows and just other pop culture things. So this is always the scariest part of wands, is getting the tip down, because if you just go over just a little bit too much, it catches and then it will spring up on you. So you really got to make sure that these are pretty sharp tools. And I'm just taking off a little bit at a time. So this one is the spalted maple. And then I'm going to start doing some walnut. Walnut always smells so good when you turn it. So all these wands are going to be pretty special. They're when I made my other wands for all the kids in my class, I had no idea which kid was getting which, so they were just really, really generic. So these were requested by my sister for three of her grandchildren, and so what I did a little bit of research about what they like. So then these were a little bit more specific, which made them a lot more fun too. Gave me at least an idea what I was doing, where before I was just kind of shooting from the hip. But I kind of came up with some cool ideas to make them all kind of special for each one of the kids. So here I'm trying to decide how big to make it. So I'm kind of using my hand as a judge for the handle part. And then I use my skew to try to get these straight. Once again, I have no idea what the names of these tools are. I think that's called a skew. And I'm kind of using it to try to get my line straight on that one. I do a pretty cool cut here that I've never done before. My first time doing it. I didn't want to get cocky and do it too long, so I stopped right away because I thought it's a good way to mess up a wand by doing something that you only done one time, and that was the very first time right there, so I was pretty excited about that. I actually forgot all about it until I was doing the recording here. So here the wand is just starting to take shape a little bit. I want to burn some lines into it, so I'm just setting this up so I can go ahead and put the lines into these parts. I need to make some kind of handle to hold on to this. Don't want to wrap it around your fingers because it can get wrapped up in that, but I do want to have some handle that I can kind of hold on to them. And I'm just using hanger wire that you hang pictures with just to burn those in. And then now that I got the handle done, I'm just going to try to get the tip pretty skinny. They always look a little bit better when the tips are not too wide. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these fish tank gems. You get these at the dollar store. And then I found one of my magazines. I mean, one of my mom's magazines, and you put them over the top of a picture, and it kind of magnifies them. So then I found something that I knew this is going to be for the youngest girl, and she just likes pretty things. So I found a really cool little butterfly. And then you take a little bit of this Mod Podge. So I don't know the proper technique. I just put it on here first. Then I put my picture on it. And then put a bunch of the Mod Podge on the back. And try to get the edges to lay down as best as you can. And then let it dry. Then on one of them I'm going to put some leather. Found this really cool leather at Michael's, I think. And I think they actually called it dragon hide, which I thought would be a lot of fun to put onto one of them. The boy of the group here, apparently he likes dragons. So I thought, well, this will be perfect. I had an idea of really showing everybody how to thread this dragon hide, and then as I came back and I looked at it, I saw, oh man, you can't see anything that I'm doing. I need to really move my camera somewhere different. But I didn't go back and view this until later. But here I'll show you a little bit of a close-up of what happened as far as I went, and then I just kind of deleted the rest, and I showed you the ending product. So here's what it kind of looks like as it goes. And then here's the ending one. It looks pretty cool. That leather hide is really neat. All right, and then to get the fish gems into the end, I just found the center of the circle, and then I center punch and drill a quick hole down for my countersink, or for my Forstner bits. So I need to find out how this is going to fit. So my Forstner bits have these cool little plastic covers on them. So I can take the plastic covers off, and I can put the gem in there to see how it fits, to see which one is going to be the right size. So that one there would be too small. So then I know I don't want to use that bit. So then I just use the other bit to try to get an idea if it's going to be a good fit. So I don't want to put this too tight, because if you do, this vise tightens a lot, and it will dent in the wood, and I didn't want to do that. Probably could have wrapped it with something, but I didn't. So here is the leather hide one, and on the end of that one I put a dragon eye. Thought that was pretty fun. to go with the dragon hide. Then chipped out, so I had to cut off the end a little bit, but I still think it's really cool. This one got a little brass inlay. And this girl likes creepy things, so I thought, boy, Black Widow spider is about as creepy as I can think of. And then this one here is the one that did not get much film time, but it has the cool butterfly and a really cool corkscrew. This one I made a little bit thicker because she's younger. Thanks for watching.